This is the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite, and at this moment, it's the most affordable variant in the Xiaomi Mi 11 lineup, and it costs only 1,199 ringgit. So without further ado, let's do a very quick hands-on of the brand new Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite. What's impressive about this phone is that it comes with a 6.55-inch AMOLED display that has support for HDR10 and True Color and DCI-P3 color gamut. So with impressive colors and a sharp display, you can guarantee that watching YouTube on this device is going to be absolutely amazing. On top of that, you also get 90Hz refresh rate, so browsing your web, browsing your social media is going to be very smooth as well. Moving on to the design of the phone, it has the same language as the rest of its Mi 11 counterparts with a very unique looking camera housing at the back, but it is somewhat flush to the back of the phone, which is very nice. Also, the first thing that stood out to me when I first grabbed the phone was how incredibly light it is. It only weighs at 157 grams, meaning you won't really feel it when you have it in your pocket. Holding it isn't going to be difficult as well, and the slightly curved bumpers at the top and the side also make it easier to hold. According to Xiaomi, you get 3 color options with the phone, especially here in Malaysia. This is Boba Black, but you also get it in Bubblegum Blue and Peach Pink. Moving on to the imaging system on this phone, you get a 64-megapixel main lens, a 5-megapixel telemacro lens, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens. On the front, you get a 16-megapixel selfie shooter. When it comes to image quality, as usual of a Xiaomi smartphone, the colors can be oversaturated, especially in the greens like the grass or the trees. But the good thing is, the images are sharp and very bright, and this is just in the regular 12-megapixel mode. The dynamic range is also pretty good. You can see the details, especially in the clouds and in the background. The foreground, the subject matter, is also very sharp. Moving on to the 64-megapixel mode, as usual, from what I can tell on the phone, it retains details quite a bit, especially in the foliage near the river. And yeah, it works as intended, no complaints here. Moving on to selfies, the 16-megapixel camera does a decent job, especially if you feed it enough light. When it comes to the portrait mode on the selfie lens, I don't see the bokeh eating up parts of my hair all that much, but it honestly just looks like your standard bokeh mode on a smartphone. Moving on to the performance and hardware in this phone, you get a Snapdragon 732G. This is the 4G model. There is a 5G model that isn't in Malaysia yet. For memory and storage, you get 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. So I did some quick tests with a couple of games, and this is how the phone performs. When it comes to gaming performance, if you are playing well-optimized games like Call of Duty Mobile, it will handle it pretty well, especially when you bump up the graphics settings to maximum as well as the frame rate settings to the absolute max. No problem whatsoever. But if you switch to a game like, let's say, Genshin Impact, then the phone struggles a little bit. I struggle to get a decent frame rate even on medium settings, and you definitely won't be able to enjoy the game at 60 frames per second, especially because the phone gets pretty hot. But that's not really because of the phone, but that's just how resource intensive the game is. So if you're planning on playing games like PUBG Mobile or Call of Duty or even Mobile Legends, this phone will do just fine. In this phone is a 4250 mAh battery that supports 33 watts of fast charging. So you can probably charge up your phone in about an hour or less. So for 1,199 ringgit, the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite is without a doubt a very competent mid-ranger and can be a pretty decent option if you want something that is super lightweight but packs a decent enough chipset for regular browsing and some light gaming as well. It has also got a very gorgeous 6.55-inch AMOLED panel with 90Hz refresh rate and impressive color output. The imaging system at the back, although it's standard, is absolutely fine as well. You still get 64-megapixel high-res photography too, and you get just enough battery life for a modern day smartphone. It should get you through the day without any problems, and you can charge it up with 33 watts of fast charging. So let us know what you think about the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite down in the comment section below. Remember to like our video, subscribe. This is Victor signing off. Bye bye.